The first look of October has just been released and I'm with my friend Shoojit Sircar and the brilliant, incredible Varun Dhawan. How are you, Shoojit?
Thank you, Hrishi. It's so lovely to see you here.
I was just thinking, where do you find another Alia Bhatt? Because I love Alia, don't get me wrong. But the fact is that, to find a leading actress opposite Varun to create that same magic. And then I realized that nobody knew of Manisha Lamba before Ya and nobody knew of Yami before Vicky Donor. And you finally done it. Where do you manage to find a Sardarni from Wales? First tell me that.
I had worked with her in one of the commercials. It was for Double Mint and there was a music video.
Lovely one. I've seen it.
Yeah, a lot of people have seen it. And I was scripting also that time with Juhi, the script. And when I saw her in that commercial, I told her, Ki, are you doing something? She says, no, I'm going back to London and Wales. I'm going to study. She's 20-year-old. So I said, okay, fine. I'll get back to you. I just gave that hint. And I think whoever has seen her till now, nobody has said anything wrong about her or bad. They all said she looks really lovely, innocent and pure. And that's what I was looking for in the film.
And bro, welcome to the show first and foremost.
Thank you so much for having me here. And I just realized that how that you guys are buddies from before.
And you are, on the other hand, are hell-bent on spoiling Banita's diet plans because I saw a picture of you trying to khilao samosa to her. What is that all about?
That we are promoting the film. We're here in India. It's high time she eats some of the other type of food in India also. Yeah.
By the way, she doesn't, is it? She's on some keto diet or something like that?
No, she's not on any diet. Is she on a diet?
But I think she doesn't, they don't sell samosas in Wales.
So, we'd had to introduce her to this.
Listen, the teaser looks absolutely lovely and I noticed that Shoojit Sircar has decided that he will not give you any makeup. Is that the way it is through the film?
Zero makeup, zero sleep, zero bathing time. I think it's more than a teaser, it's a feeler, because we don't tell much, we don't show the faces also that much. It's more a feel of the world and very rarely do we do that over here, It's a snippet, it's a sneak peek. Because I think the whole idea was, he's such an honest filmmaker to just have a very honest representation of what this film is about. There were certain rumors, it's a thriller, it's this, it's that, it's dark. It's a love story in its truest form. It's his take, and love can have happiness, sadness, different changes in a person, and he's shown that. There's a lot of humor in this film, Shoojit Sircar humor, which he always has in his films, so which I've done. So it's been a different take. Always, like every scene is twisted on his head. There's no, I would see a scene a certain way, and he's like, no, think about it like that. And I would be like, shit, I never thought I could do this like that. And he's like, do it like that and see, and give out this meaning now. And it was so much exploration as an actor to tell his unbelievable written story by Juhi, and just working with him, with Juhi, with Avigdha, with Ronnie, it's been tremendous. It's been really tremendous. I'm blessed.
Why do filmmakers like Sriram and yourself, who are, I would call you left of the middle filmmakers, you make commercial cinema, but there's enough of it to straddle both the independent worlds as well as the commercial worlds. Why do people like you gravitate towards Varun Dhawan? Is a question I want to ask you. As an actor, I know that he wants to work with all kinds of filmmakers and he's damn good at it. But what do you see in him for your kind of cinema?
I purely believe in casting the right person for the film. So for me, more than it's Varun Dhawan, I see my cast in him. I see his eyes. Through his eyes, I see what kind of a person he is. So that person does fit to my character or not. That's my first prerogative for casting anybody. And I think in this film, the day one when he met me here at my office where you were sitting, exactly this is the way we were sitting and we're talking. And in 10 minutes, I had decided that this is the boy that I want to cast in this film. And this is the boy in my film. And I immediately called my writer and my friend producer Ronnie. And then everything rolled.
Every unit has something special about it. This is a wonderful bunch of people. You just named a few of them. You named Juhi, you named Ronnie, you named Shoojit. What was special about this bunch? What is it that you look forward to every single day? What is the conversation like? A lot of it must have been about food, but other than that,
it was just about finding true, honest moments in life. So much stuff that he's been through or Juhi's been through in their real life. Film is also based on somewhat of a real life incident and got inspiration and then created this. But the character was to create a character like never seen before. Not by me, not by any Indian actor, not by any actor for that matter. So, my homework was I saw actors like Leonardo DiCaprio, I saw Johnny Depp, I saw Manchester by the Sea. I'd seen it, but then again, he made me see it again and I saw it in a different light. He wanted a performance which was, where I was talking the lines and not delivering a line for a line and I have to give this emotion and I have to give this pause and I have to give that. It was nothing. There are shots where I've done the entire shot just on my back talking, and I've never done that, but it was so liberating and it was so free, like not caring about the way I looked. not caring about my hair, not caring about my fitting of my clothes, and just doing a scene, and just like a normal guy. So I enjoyed that so much because I had stopped in the last 5 years. I'd stopped being normal because I was becoming this celebrity and becoming this famous person. And I was riding a bike on the highway in Delhi at 1 o'clock at night till 4 o'clock, falling off the bike. I was walking in gardens. I was working. I was doing some actual doing things, working. I was actually doing so many chores and like cleaning things, serving things, helping people. Like he would just roll the shot and make me interact with people, like foreigners who don't know me. So I'm actually like working, actually like doing those things. So for me, it was just living. I didn't even think I did a film. I just felt like for 37 days, 38 days, I lived. I lived those 38 days, which I lost in those 5 years.
I'm very surprised you didn't show him the Satyajit Ray anthology, considering how big fans Ronnie and you are.
No, my first film was Pauther Pachali that I told him because his father is from FTI, so he knew about everything. Then the second film I asked him to see was Bicycle Thief. Then I gave him a lot of films. So my only instructions was to listen to music and watch some films which I like. For him to get to my world, to our world that you asked, our world is different. His world was a little different. So, but I think the task was to prepare him for this, but I think he was really ready for that.
It's crazy.
I had an entire soundtrack which he had kind of given me, with different singers, with Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, like just chants, of there's the singer Janvi Harrison, Like a River to the Sea, is something he wanted me to hear. Different, something that I would keep hearing would be
more spiritual stuff I gave him to hear.
To get into the zone.
Something which I loved hearing was Tom Petty's Free Fallin'. I would hear that. I in fact went back to hearing music that I would hear when I was in college almost. I'd stopped listening to Nirvana. I'd stopped listening to Jim Morrison. I for some reason, I went back to that age and that time when I was really Varun in his truest form.
Looks like your music choices remain the same from Kalkaji and Chitranjan Park.
Shantanu is a buddy, Shantanu is a friend, and I think the teaser music that you hear, it's also created by Shantanu. I think we are like-minded people. Shantanu and me work together, and we have been thinking of this film for a long time, what to create, because normally a lot of our films, our Hindi films, are loaded with background score. So in this film I had told I want less background score, but wherever it comes, it should really haunt you, it should really touch you. So that's how this score was done.
There's this guy who came in with Maddie. They've done a Amazon series called Breathe. So Madhavan brought him along. He's a guy who assisted your dad, and he's in the direction.
He's directed the film. Yeah.
It's a series, and he was talking about how his best learnings as a technician were from your dad, saying that all the editing, and I thought of him as this uber cool new age Netflix and Amazon kind of director. He's directed Madhavan, and he was talking about all the technical wizardry that he learned from your dad, and your dad has so much respect in that department. Your dad must be incredibly happy with your choice of films.
You have no idea how much my dad is looking after this film, and after like everything is done, someone who had seen something of the film called dad and spoke to him, and he spoke to Sujit and he told him that Dada, मैं ये film मतलब final में देखना चाहता हूँ with the mix, because not only as a father but just as an audience to experience this. He's someone who gets really excited with just cinema in general if something is good. So obviously if I'm doing a film, sometimes people show him trial में देख लेते हैं, थोड़ा पहले देख लेते हैं, but because he's feeling that this film is something, so he's like, I want to see it in its finality so I can experience what an audience is going to experience. And I think from day one he told me that your dad will like this film because it is a personal film in that sense. It is a side.
In that aspect, his dad is one of the top 5 editors ever to have edited in this country.
Yeah, I think you must give it to Mr. David Dhawan, because the kind of institute he belongs, FTI, the kind of fellow friends that he has got, cinema. So I think, and the editor is one of the finest editor of his time.
Because people turn around and say he's a director and they talk about all his films. They don't realize that his core strength is that. The fact that he was such a technical wizard.
Oh yes, absolutely. And I think, me as also a technician would always want and to show a film to another technician to challenge each other. So I think that will be fun.
The amount of directors. First time I have a film releasing where the directors around me are so excited to watch it. Every director, whether it's Sharath, who I'm working with now, Abhishek Varman, who's directing, who I should work with, or whether it's Sriram. Sriram though is watching the film for Sujit. He told me on day one, I always watch Sujit's film, so I'll watch this for Sujit. And my dad, Karan Johar, I think all of them in their own way, whenever I've discussed this film, have spoken about how they want to watch this film because it's a Shoojit Sircar film.
Are you in a position to tell us what your character is, or you don't want to talk about that at all? I mean, considering that...
I mean, radio is something that I really love, so that's why when this came out, I requested the PR team that, let's get people from the radio industry to see this as well. Let's not wait ki the film is on release and in that last 1 week we come and we tell them. So I'm sure we'll be doing more. My name of my character is also not out as yet.
Yes, I know. I think I just it's too early. I just wanted to give you a sneak peek of the film of this world. But soon you will know the character. But let me tell you, it's a very slice of life love story based in Delhi. So he is a Delhi boy.
And in that aspect, Delhi is also different countries, because you see Fukre and you see the Trans Jamna gang.
I'll tell you, you saw a little humorous and a little weird Delhi in Vicky Donor. You saw a crazy Bengali family and in Piku. You saw a dark Delhi in Pink. In this, you will see a poetic Delhi in October.
So I asked him about his leading lady. Yeah, tell me about Banita. There's so much curiosity about her.
I don't think anyone could have done this film besides her. The discipline, the honesty, the integrity, the intensity, everything that she got to this film is incredible. I started off on this film, I'm like, a talent is getting launched. I'm going to protect her. I want her to be safe. By the end, she's protecting me. She's an amazing, amazing girl. And
is she a girl's girl or is she like one of the boys? What was she like?
She's a team member. She's a team player. And she has the tougher role in this film. Let me tell you that much also. So
because Brit Punjabis are normally from Birmingham, Southall, that belt. From Wales, that's quite crazy.
Sometimes she's from Wales. Sometimes I couldn't understand what she spoke.
Welsh accent.
Yeah, that accent. I said, what do you say? So he'll always say, sir won't understand. I have to speak slow. I said, yes.
Because I'm a newcomer, such a big director, I'll speak like that. So sir, I don't get this. I don't think this is good. She didn't know who I was, by the way, before the film happened.
Wow, despite doing 2 ads.
Whatever, she didn't know who I was. She didn't give a damn. It's after some newspaper, something came out. Some friends from over there told her this guy is a little famous. She's like, yeah, really? And then she checked out and then she's like, I've not seen anything of yours. She's not seen any work of mine. Just imagine.
She's really living under a rock, which could be a good thing for a filmmaker.
I think that's the reason that she is absolutely untouched in terms of the Bollywood or the cinema world. So I think that may bring a little innocence.
He talked about your eyes. How are your eyes in the Madame Tussauds statue?
They have a glint. They are happy. They are happy that I'm bare-chested. I don't know. It was pretty surreal. Honestly, it was pretty freaky, pretty cool. And I mean, when I went there, I was very like, ठीक है, हो रहा है, fine. But when I went there and actually saw it, it was it really shook me up. I was like, I can't believe I'm in Madame Tussauds, and then there was Modi ji, there's Gandhi ji, there's Amitabh Bachchan ji, and then there's my statue because of some vote that happened, and these kids, I don't know what milk they must have had that they voted for me. And I'm there. I mean, in China, I'm there in Hong Kong. My parents were very, very, very moved by it, which moved me actually.
I wanted to actually react to this. Unlike self-absorbed movie stars, have you ever gone to Varun's Instagram feed? At Madame Tussauds, he's actually clicking more pictures of the other people there than his own statue. He's clicked Angelina Jolie, he's clicked Nicole Kidman, and somewhere there is like one piece of his, which I think is so beautiful. Isn't that what makes him what he is?
Yes, I think that's his inner beauty. That's why I think he's in October. That's why he's playing one of my finest characters of my film, October.
So there's a lovely family portrait. So what, the sisters, dad, mom, everybody was there?
I flew down there with all my cousin sisters, and I had not gone on a holiday, or actually rather taken them after I hit this, after I became an actor, became successful. And I used to be very close to my sisters before I was an actor, and time doesn't let you spend that. My mother was very keen, and I was like, okay, fine. So I got my sisters to fly down from Delhi. Some of them flew down from Bombay with me. My cousin brother surprised me from Delhi. So actually with proper family over there, and my mom and my dad, first time who agreed to let me take him for a small holiday, because he refuses to let me buy him anything.
Did you have to change his physical persona for the role? Because I mean, I know he works very, very hard. He's boxing with Dino Moria and all kinds of ripped abs. Was that one of your briefs?
I think you should ask this, but yes, there in my film, normally it happens that there is a physical.
2 months there was no gym. Only I would run on the treadmill. There was zero gym because he was unhappy. My arms are covered in the whole film. He was against my arms. So I told him कि अभी तो कुछ bicep भी नहीं है sir. अभी तो t-shirt पहने तो. He's like, no, you have to change that. My walk is different in this film. It's a different walk. I had to change my walk, and it it reached a point even where he was a little unsure. So I was like, should we reshoot the walks? Just the walks, you know? Should we do different walks? And we changed the walk. The walk is my feet are sometimes pointing outwards. Now, consciously, my feet were pointing inwards. So it's not a big walk. It's a very small, normal walk. Probably you don't even notice it's Varun walking when you see it from behind.
Beautiful. So in this day and age, if you wanted to reimagine India, how would you reimagine India?
I definitely want to reimagine him as Gandhiism in India. There's no way. He is everybody from all the world leaders are following only Gandhi's philosophy. It has to be a non-violent India. I can't imagine anything else.
So if you want to reimagine India today, how would you do it? How would, like he said, he wanted to go back to Gandhian values.
If I had to reimagine India, just more employment. I would see more employment because I feel employment and literacy can defeat these things. I think people, once they have more direction in life who are not, give them those opportunities also. It's unfortunate the wealth distribution in our country is not equal. It's a fact. Coming down of corruption. I know these are things that people are saying, but these things will actually help. And another thing which I would want to see a more green India, where we are protecting the environment, We need to do that as well, That is something, nature is part of Indian culture. We have to love it as much as we love human beings. We have to love animals that much, and we have to love even nature that much.
I love you guys. I can't wait to see you again in March, April.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hrishikesh.